Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jonathan, Spring Mountain Ranch. Today we got the excavator. We're going to be trying to do a little bit of work, a little bit of driveway work, and I've got a spring that I need to tap. I won't be able to do that today because the Hilti drill that I need to drill through got rented by somebody else. Unbelievably. But I'm going to phone up tonight and see if they have it for me for tomorrow. And if they do, sweet, we'll work on that tomorrow. But it'll be part of this video anyways. Anyways, I better get to it. So back again today. I just finished doing some work in here. So this is a huge part of the property. This was about 20 years ago was cleared. A logging company is who I bought this from, and they cleared about 100 acres of it and left about 120 acres. So we got about 220 acres here. We're very lucky, I know. And we got it for an amazing deal. We'll talk about that sometime. But there's a ditch. So this cabin or house or whatever you want to call it is on an old logging road that's owned by us. It's our own logging road on the property, which is essentially, let me show you, right down here. And it goes way up. It's overgrown up there with the grass and that. I think it's over 3,000 feet, but we've got these ditches on either side, which means that we can't access a lot of the property with a four-wheeler or with a tractor or anything. So having this in here means that we can get in here with the tractor, get in here with the four-wheeler, harvest wood, harvest logs for the mill. And also I put up a couple of these huge piles of, actually it's really nice topsoil, which I'm going to add into my garden beds with I'm gonna build the garden bed. I'm gonna have cardboard down, prevent anything from growing up, at least for a while. And then I'm gonna have old rotten logs. So I'm gonna find stuff kind of like this over here. All right, just this old rotten stuff. You see this tree has been dead for a very long time. So throw that in the bottom, and then I'll throw some rotten cow manure, composted cow manure in there, and then I'll throw a layer of this topsoil, and then I'll throw some more manure in there. So I'm really pleased with the topsoil here. But in here, I still have to do some clearing, but we have a little bit of a storm coming tomorrow, but I want to clear in here because I think I want to put maybe a winter house for the cows in here so that I've got easy access from the house. I can just come milk the cow, but I got a lot more clearing to do. But I've only got the excavators getting picked up on Monday. Tomorrow's Sunday, but I think it's getting picked up later on Monday. So I'm gonna try to do a bit more clearing and a little bit of leveling off in here. But I think it's looking good. But right now I got to drill some holes into the what are they called, well crocks, and then I gotta do kind of a similar thing as this, is cut trees down and create a path up to where I'm going further up the mountain, and then install the well crocks on top of a spring that I got to dig out. And the spring is right by our water line, and I'll explain more about why I'm switching the spring out at another time. But the line goes right in, so I'm going to try to dig the line out and attach a line that we have coming down the house to this new spring. But I'm gonna drill the holes first. I just put a hole down at the bottom. This one's going to go in first of the spring. I'm going to try to dig her down as deep as I can. Hopefully it works out. I've got to get that. I rented that. I got to get that back before they shut, or else they're charging me 3 days for it. I'm going to install a pipe through here with an elbow facing down, and then I'm going to coat that with hydraulic cement. And then this crock goes on top of that one, and we got the lid over there. But I'm going to do the same sort of thing, pipe through. I might put an elbow on this one on the inside going down as well. And this is the overflow. So as the spring rises up, it's got somewhere to run out, and that'll keep the water nice and clean.
She can get down.
You can do it, sweetie. No, you didn't. Squirrels are so loud.
Surprising.
So this goes through the hole, and then I cement that in. This will be on the inside of the crock. That way the water can go through it, but it has to be above the level line, so it prevents you from getting any kind of soot up here. I guess the only way that it could get down is if the water actually got below that and then went in, but with this sort of style, it shouldn't be able to do that, except for possibly at the top. Okay, so I was going to make another one. It's already setting off. So we got to the spring. I'm digging it out down here. You can see it filling up quite a bit. So I need to get a crock on here. The line that I had dug out from the last spring, I accidentally just split in half. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna bring some extra pipe up, cut it, and then patch this one. But look how fast it's filling up. You can see it just pouring out from over here. So once we get the crock on here, get it all nice and cleaned out, and you can actually see spring water coming from this side as well. So, oh, and there, my gosh, this is gonna be a great spring. So, gonna get her dug out a little bit more, and then get a crock installed. Hopefully, we had a tropical storm last night, and everything is incredibly muddy. So I'm worried about getting the excavator stuck, but I'm gonna try my best to get the crocks in here. Explain how stressful this is. I just had a really hard time getting out of there without all this extra weight. So, oh man, and I've got the guy coming today to pick this up. I need to get her out clean. I hope this works out. Oh man.
rotating.
That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, with one chain, though with three, you're not going to be able to move it much.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So.
Okay, we'll try this.
Okay.
Hook her on there with all three.
Okay.
Do it in a way. Let's have a look here.
Okay. Yes.
Got a twist.
Here's the hose.
I know. I'm gonna put it more center, and then I'm gonna get you guys to try to spin it. But
Yeah.
just give me a second here. Let me get it situated. You guys need to get some shovels and start shoveling out from on top of the tracks.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't the success that I was hoping it was going to be, but I did get both Crocs up here. But they are they're on an angle. When I went and got it, I'm guessing that stuff fell at the back and kind of lifted this whole side. I had it pretty flat in there when I was digging, but yeah, it's on an angle. I got the second one up here. I couldn't get the lid up here. What happened was I got massively stuck in here, and I had to get the chainsaw out, cut a bunch of stuff that I could use the arm to push myself out. I almost couldn't because I was so bogged in that the suction on the track was almost preventing me from, it was preventing me from pulling the track up. And thank God that I did eventually was able to break through it. Once I did, I got out, and then I came in through here to get the top one on. But when I was stuck, the guy who owns the excavator, who I was renting it off of, sent me a text, said I'll be there in about an hour and a half, and I thought he was going to be showing up around 5, so that just took all my time. And pretty much I rushed to get the second one up here. I wanted to get the lid up, but there wasn't enough time. I had to get it cleaned off for him. I needed to run to town to get diesel to fill it up. So it didn't work out so great. So what I have going on right now is I just have the pipe right here that goes to the house, and I just have it wedged in between rocks and lifting up and just taking the surface water up, and that's helping us just to give the animals water in the morning and the afternoon, and gives us water in case we need to do anything until we get it figured out. I may hook this pipe back up to this pipe for a time being to the old spring for now, or this might work. I am worried about stuff getting stuck in the pipe, so I might if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna have to put like some sort of filter over it, because the leaves are falling and you know, you never know. But anyways, that's gonna do it, guys. That was a very difficult episode. Very, oh yeah, leaves are already trying to get in there. Hey. That was a very difficult, challenging operation, job, whatever you want to call it, that I did. You know, I'm new to excavators, so this was kind of baptism with fire, going through just the muddiest. Well, this is why we call this Spring Mountain, is literally, I went and dug out the spring, but this spring had 2 other springs going into it. If you go over here, the water's running this way. There's another spring going this way, coming off our logging road over here. The ditch has multiple springs running in it this way and going this way. There's a lot of, you know, clean water, which is great, but it makes it really hard, really challenging for these kind of things. But anyways, we'll leave her there. Hope you guys had a good one. Catch you in the next one. Bye.